Hello everyone, this is Wais Hakimi. Today we are going to walk through the installation of a VxRail cluster. While this is not being performed on a live system, you will follow the same process to complete a VxRail installation. At this time, we have racked 3 VxRail nodes, connected them to the top of the rack switches, and powered up the nodes. We point our browser to the IP address of the VxRail manager. The VxRail manager is a virtual machine that will generally reside on the first node in the cluster. Let's get started. We're going to read and accept the end-user agreement. Once you accept the end-user agreement, VxRail manager scans the network for VxRail nodes. In this instance, we have 3 nodes that have been discovered. If you're missing any nodes that you're expecting to see in the list, you might have to check network connections to ensure all the nodes are properly connected to the network and the ports that the nodes are connected to are properly configured. In this case, we only expect to see 3 nodes. We're going to check the expected nodes confirmation box and click Next to continue. There are 2 ways to configure a VxRail cluster. You could use a step-by-step configuration, which will guide you through entering all the required information, or you could use a JSON file that is created using our PEQ or Pre-Engagement Questionnaire form. The PEQ form contains all the information needed to configure a VxRail system. In this demo, we're going to use JSON configuration file option. We're going to browse to the location of the file, select the file, click Open, and click Next to continue. In the System section, we configure time zone, provide NTP source, and configure our network interface card profile. We're going to click Next. In the Network section, we provide information related to the VxRail cluster. The information includes ESXi hosts, Virtual Center server, Platform Services Controller, and VxRail manager names and IP addresses. One point to note, when defining your ESXi IP pool, it's recommended to create a pool that is large enough to accommodate future expansions. Let's scroll down. The subnet mask, DNS, and gateway information for our management network have also been populated from the JSON file. We're going to click Next to continue. In this section, we configure our vSphere vMotion network, which is recommended to be a non-routable subnet. We're going to click Next. In this section, we specify vSAN network, which is also recommended to be a non-routable subnet. Click Next. In the VM network section, we provide information for the customer's production virtual machine network. Additional VLANs can be defined here or after the installation is completed from the Virtual Center server. We're going to click Next with one network here that's populated from the JSON file. vRealize login-side licenses are included in the purchase of VxRail appliances. The customers can, however, choose to use a different type of login. In Solutions section, we select the type of login the customer wishes to use. In this demo, we have selected vRealize login side. We're going to click Next to continue. In the Accounts section, we update all the login credentials for VxRail environment. This will replace all the login credentials used to build the system at the factory. Make sure all the information is correct. Click Next to continue. And finally, the validation section, when you click on Validate, the system will stand up a small network and test the configuration of the top of the rack switches, check for any IP conflicts, and validate the DNS and NTP servers are reachable, as well as the system components are able to communicate with each other. We also have an option to download the JSON file to do a final overview, make sure all the information is correct. We do that and close the JSON file, and we're going to click on Build VxRail. When you click on Build VxRail, you'll be redirected to the new IP address of the VxRail manager. So far, we were using VxRail manager's temp IP address that was assigned to it at the factory. The new IP address will be used moving forward. We're going to click on Start Configuration. VxRail Manager goes through a number of steps to configure the system. It usually takes anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes for the process to complete. And the process has completed. At this point, we have 3 VxRail nodes configured for production workload. You can log into your Virtual Center server and start deploying virtual machines. Thank you for watching and have a great day.